So wow, there we go. What a performance from Ireland. A massive win, a brilliant performance. 17-38 against France, away from home. Just brilliant line out, brilliant attack, brilliant teamwork. France, the complete opposite. They looked a mess. Now, if you haven't seen one of my review style videos before, I tend to summarise at the beginning, then go through the flow of the match because that's what excites me, and pick out some of the themes from it. And of course, please comment below. Tell me the things I've missed or you agree or disagree with. Love to read them. So yeah, welcome to this video powered by Lifting Giants. Let's get into it. Early on, there were some jitters, to be fair, from Ireland. Some early kicking errors. Crowley, I think overall he had a good game. He did make some mistakes, but it didn't matter in this game, and I think he'll be a lot better for it. So much more confidence from this game. Not that he lacks confidence, but he did make a few errors, but he came back really strong. Good goal kicking as well. So I think Farrell will be happy with Crowley, how he went, and I'm sure he'll go again. Very early on, we did see France cut loose a little bit with Jalabert, but he forces the next pass and gives away a nice easy 3 points for Ireland, for Crowley to get off the mark, so 0-3. I was very much on Joe McCarthy, watched the young second row in for James Ryan. He actually got the man of the match, which is fair enough. Goodness me, he is huge. He is a bigger ball carrier than Byrne or Ryan, although Byrne's a class act. And he definitely, plays on the edge, to be honest. I could see him giving away a few penalties occasionally, but he's justified his selection in this match. A real weapon for Ireland, so maybe he's going to start again. That's going to be a very close call between him and James Ryan coming back to fitness. So really good options in the second rows there. Captain Peter O'Mahony, well, he started off the game really well. Later in the game, a little bit soured with a yellow card, but anyway, strong turnover early on. And then we see Willemse with a poor clear out on Porter, although I think they were both dipping, so it is a yellow on review. I was sure it was going to stay a yellow, and it does. Now I just wonder if Ireland were protecting their young players, their new players, just a little bit early on. Joe McCarthy not using the first 4 lineouts, and he did look like the third lineout option behind Byrne, behind O'Mahony. Let me know what you think of that one. And early on they were using Bundyaki as the main first receiver, Crowley just slowly getting into the game. So I wonder if that was just a game plan or it was designed to get these new players into the game slowly. I don't know. I was also on non-DuPont watch as well, so Luku watch, and I think my general overview is he's a fine box kicker, but goodness me, his service, his sharpness in phase play is miles off Antoine Dupont. I would be surprised if he starts again next match. It was a bit of a stinker for him. The team didn't work around him, but goodness me, he did not look good. On about 16 minutes, Ireland fire their first big shot. They have had the bulk of territory, and they make the most of the yellow card. It's a brilliant phase attack for Ireland. Far too much for France's defence. There's loads of depth on the attack. There's loads of options, as there always are with Ireland. One of their biggest strengths is the amount of options they have in attack. And Bundyaki again, creating twice. He gets that inside ball to Gibson Park. Brilliant try, 0-10, top stuff from Ireland. And it's only one side that looks like that joined up team all game, and it is Ireland. The guys in green. France are very flat in this first half. The crowd gets into it in the second half, but very flat in this first half. Great start away from home. And if you were being picky, maybe you could say Ireland could have scored even more in this first half. Bundyaki fumbles, a clean break potentially, but maybe it flicked off a French hand. Byrne charges down, so there's a few tries maybe gone begging there in the first half, but it's still a great performance. 21 minutes, classic green machine in full flow off the back of a scrum, just sweeping round. And a note here that Jack Crowley is a quicker, stronger runner than Sexton, which is expected. Maybe he made a few more mistakes than Sexton, but he looks dangerous. He looks to have the full package if he just keeps those errors under control. That leads to a penalty and a bad miss from Crowley in front. From then on he kicked well, but that was a bit of a bad one, to be honest. And the youngster McCarthy drops it cold. So a bit of a mixed bag at times for those new guys, but a great result in the end, and more good than bad. On 26 minutes, I'm making a note that France are well under the pump, but the scrum is looking okay by Antonio. Get a big scrum penalty, so that's a big kick for Ramos, but he nails it. Brilliant kicker, Ramos. He actually had a good game for France for sure. And that was a big moment because Ireland could have been up 0-13 with that kick in front, but actually they're 3-10. So they do stay in it in this half and for most of the game, even though they're playing pretty badly, to be honest. Then let's talk about that Tyburn try. Goodness me, the Red Sea just parted. Brilliant line-out play from Ireland. Once again, they were great in that line-out. Great ball. And Dante, he makes a terrible error. He goes for the outside pass instead of staying on the inside guy until he knows it's not going to the inside guy. But his outside defence really hang him out to dry as well. I think it was Fiku left him with 2 men to mark. He drifts too early. Byrne goes through with just a tickle on his armpit to try and stop him. 3-17. Disaster for France. They are looking a mess in defence. Sean Edwards, his defence, he's not going to be happy with that. It looks like they haven't really practiced their defensive alignment that much, and it looks like they haven't really practiced their attacking alignment very much because there was virtually no variation on that. It sounds like I'm being really harsh to France, but I think they deserve it. It was pretty woeful. Then old Willemse, he's back on the pitch, but he can't help it. He wants to get himself sent off, it seems, and he goes really high on this one to Doris. High hit on Doris's neck. It looks nasty. Second yellow anyway, so it's a red, and it got upgraded, so kind of a red and a half with Willemse. Nightmare there. And let's make a note on France's second rows. I did have a couple of comments saying they didn't like the second row pairing, and Willemse, well, he'll be banned anyway, and they could have had a Flamand, but he's injured. Meafu got injured. Woki was on the bench. Those 3 second rows are top quality, and it ended up being Willemse and the guy I can't quite pronounce, my apologies there, but definitely losing a lot in the second row. Luku miles off Dupont, so just player-wise they were miles off their best as well. What is going well for France in this game is the grunt work, some good scrums, some good mauls, and that grunt work gives France a 5-metre line-out opportunity. But really brave from Ireland. They know their line out is good and they put up 2 pods of defenders, and it's Byrne who gets it at the back. Amani and Byrne, the main men. McCarthy, like I said, the third option, but 3 really good options. And yeah, nicking that ball from a 5-metre line out, brilliant play. Finally, though, a couple of minutes to go, the crowd does come alive with some powerful carrying, and that really was the best they could muster. Some powerful carrying, no subtlety of course, but it does create enough quick ball for Pinot to work off his wing, which makes the extra man, and he flies over. So fair play, decent enough try. 10-17. Another note on another Irish player, Hugo Keenan. What a brave guy he is in the tackle. 2 try-saving tackles in the half already. Makes some big tackles as well in the second half. Just a brilliant fullback. Both fullbacks good for the team. So half-time 10-17. I think France will take it because they were rubbish and Ireland were excellent, so it could have been a lot worse. And you'll notice so much is coming off the line out there for Ireland. And if you want to get an edge in your line out, as you may know, Lifting Giants sponsor these videos. They're giving us 10% off any purchases through their website, link in the description. Properly ergonomically shaped line out lifting blocks, scientifically tested. Get your hands on those if you can. RugbyAnalyst 10, link in the description. So in the second half, well, not a lot changes. I think France are giving it a bit more of a go, but they've got no flow in attack, everything messy. Luku looks slow, loopy passes, it doesn't help. And the contrast is Ireland's attacking shape is a thing of well-rehearsed beauty. Even if France do get to it a couple of times, it just keeps on going, and they know they're going to create space eventually. This time space on the left. Henshaw takes out 2 players with a powerful run. Henshaw compared to Ringrose, well, Ringrose is definitely a bit quicker, but Henshaw is no slouch and maybe a tiny bit more powerful, but 2 good options. If Ringrose becomes fit, he probably goes back in, even though Henshaw had a good game, but that creates quick ball, delivered to Nash. Good try, good for the young man there. 10-24, what the Irish deserved. And that Irish attack just has the French on toast, especially against 14 men. And for France in attack, it just looks like a bit of jouet, do what you want. 1 outrunners, no shape. A little bit embarrassing, or a lot embarrassing, to be honest, in contrast to Ireland. So French fans, if you're listening, please comment below what was going on there. Why was there no subtlety, no shape at all to the French attack? But France do have a sniff in this second half, actually. Peter Amani gets a yellow for collapsing a maul. Maybe a bit silly to do that. Maybe sometimes it's better just to take the potential try and not collapse it. Comments below if you think that's the case. But anyway, France just managed to squeeze the ball under Gibson Park from another maul, so that's a decent enough try. 7-24 keeps them in it. Ramos knocking over the conversions. unbelievable kicker. So for Ireland being so dominant, there's still only a score in it. But Ireland do take it away at the end. Doris has stepped up as the decision maker in the absence of Peter O'Mahony. More great phase attack, 5 metre line out, and by now the French maul has disintegrated in defence. Sheehan flies over. Yeah, a bit of a farce in defence for France really. 17-31. Crowley's kicking like a dream now. Brilliant touchline conversions. That's the death knell for France for sure. Le Garrick has come on for France. Worth noting here, he looks a lot sharper than Luku. Speed of movement and strength as well. He rucked, he turned over the ball. He's got to start last time. I did mention in my preview that I would have expected him to start, would have liked him to start, and surely he's going to start next time. And with Willemse probably banned, the youngster Pasolu Tuolangi, maybe he will start as well. But anyway, for France, they're going to have to get an awful lot better. There's still time for another try. James Ryan's coming on, making some monster chop tackles. Ficou, needless offside, and the game is done. The French maul disintegrates once again. Kelleher flies over, 17-38, and that scoreline, I think, reflects the dominance. Bonus point win for Ireland, and nothing for France whatsoever. Superb team performance. Cannot say highly enough about this Irish team. They will be flying high, looking strong favourites now for that Six Nations. I think I flip-flopped in my build-up to this game. Originally I had France at slight favourites because they were at home. Then when the teams came out, I said, yeah, I think now Ireland are favourites, but I didn't expect Ireland to win by this much. Not because I didn't expect Ireland to be this good, just I didn't expect France to be this bad. And sure, Ireland pressured them into making some defensive mistakes, but still, France were absolutely woeful. So 17-38. Let me know what you think of that game. All those comments below. What a great start to the Six Nations. What a great start for Ireland. And I'll catch you next time.